Hello and welcome to HMS TechTalks. The food and beverage processing industry is getting more and more automated, and processes like cleaning a butchery, packaging food, bottling beer, all these are very highly automated processes. And as all automation processes, you need a lot of communication, and that's what we're going to talk about in today's Tech Talk. Industrial communication in food and beverage industry. And we have Thierry Bieber from our market unit Continental Europe to talk about that today. Welcome, Thierry.
Hello, Thomas.
You've been working with industrial communication for food and beverage processing for quite some time. In your experience, what are the challenges and trends that you see in the food and beverage processing industry?
Yeah. The food and beverage industry needs constantly to adapt to their customer requirements, adapt the recipe to the regional expectation, adapt the packaging formats to the promotion, to the quantity expected. And the second thing that we constantly see is the request of traceability, collecting data to validate the quality of the production. But we have seen as well over the past couple of years, that new challenges impact this industry. A strong push for more sustainability, that means more environmental friendly packaging, so that means they will need to rethink all their processes. Impacts of the prices of the ingredients, of the packaging, even issues in the supply chain of this packaging request them a high reactivity on these issues. And lately the rise of energy cost is as well asking them strong measures to keep the cost in control. At HMS, we are specialists in communication, in interconnection solution. That means we give them an access and a connection, a tighter connection to their control processes. We help them to increase the flexibility and agility to adapt their control processes to these latest trends.
Right. So let's talk a little bit about what problems you can actually solve with communication. And one of the obvious things, of course, is network connectivity, because you have a lot of different machines in a food and beverage processing plants from different suppliers from different parts of the world. Tell us a bit about how that network connectivity can be solved.
Network connectivity is a challenge because the majority of these food production plants are small to medium-sized plants. It's always a unique combination of different food processing machines, starting from dosing, mixing, kneading, cooling, boiling, heating, whatever you can imagine. And this is followed by the second series of machines focused on the packaging, wrapping the food in some plastic, in some paper, then putting in carton, putting on a pallet with a palletizer. So it's a second chain of machines, and all these different machines are coming from different suppliers with different expertise, located in different regions of the globe. Means they're all using different controlling technology, different communication technology, and you have in your plant a full line of very heterogeneous communication solutions. So at HMS, as an example, in our Anybus BU, we have a strong expertise in all these industrial protocols that are used in the industry. We have our Anybus Gateway product line that provides a full combination of any protocol that you can have in this industry, so that we help our customers to bridge this connectivity, this connection between machines, and allow them here to have a seamless flow information between these different elements, between these different technology, and this help them really to increase this transparency and increase the optimize this this process.
And so they can choose the best supplier of machines for packaging, for processing, so they don't need to cater for the communication. They can just choose the best supplier that is the best.
Yes.
Right, so you mentioned in the introduction here traceability and the possibility to backtrack the process. That's very important for the food and the beverage processing industry. How does communication facilitate that?
Yeah, traceability is key. I was mentioning to secure and to prove the quality of the production. So getting the information from the machine are critical for that. But as well, as it's a continuous process, it's important to monitor constantly this process to make sure that this process is not getting off the expected parameters. So it's important to monitor, as an example, a heating process, or it's important to monitor the cooling chain to guarantee the cooling chain. And if we detect that the temperature are rising when it's not expecting, that the maintenance is reacting, like for example in a refrigeration area, when a compressor is failing, that the maintenance is quickly reacting to avoid production waste, production losses. Right. Our E1 Flexi solution is here able to collect information from any kind of device, able to log it, but able as well to compare it to reference value. Able as well, when the reference value is getting close, to send notification to maintenance people, as an example, so that you have a quick reaction on issue to avoid this production chain is stopped.
Before it's a problem. Yeah.
Before there is a problem, yes. And the second aspect, once you have this data in the Flexi, you can as well share this data in a uniform way with technologies like OPC UA, so that you get a uniform way to get the data from all your machines and consolidate all this data in one unique place, like for example an IT application, to store this data and support this traceability.
Right. So getting to know what's going on and know before there is a problem. Yeah. And speaking about problems, downtime is also very important for the food and processing and beverage processing industry. Maybe especially since we have so many fresh produce and we have things that need to be taken care of quickly. Tell us a bit more about the technologies that can help facilitate or avoid downtime in a plant.
The reactivity is key. You said it. The machines are getting more and more complex, more and more networked, and the expertise is often missing by the customers, the expertise to troubleshoot all these complex machines. So the second aspect, which is quite challenging in the food industry, is the cleaning processes. High pressure cleaning, a lot of chemicals. At the end, sooner or later, water is leaking in connectors and cables, generating electrical issues, earthing issues, which leads to communication problems, which leads to communication stop. So it's important to react quickly on this. And here with our HMS or Anybus network diagnostic tools, we help maintenance people in the identification of this network issues. We give here transparency on how the network is working to quickly identify the problem, to guide them in the different options to solve this problem. So this is helping them to have a quicker or faster resolution time. We have even highly automated production industry, like in the beverage, where the water bottling process, the soda or the beer bottling process is so fast, where second or minute or an hour of downtime is so costly that they are making a permanent monitoring of this network health. Target here is to prevent the downtime before it happens.
Yeah. Knowing more about the system, of course, facilitates this issue of not having downtime. Another topic on that, in that respect, is of course remote access. So you can connect to machines and commission them and troubleshoot them before anything goes out of hand. And here we have the E1 solutions, which are used by a lot in the food and beverage processing industry. What type of uses are there to remote access in food and beverage?
Where in a food production plant, the food processing area is really something that the plant is controlling, having under control. They often specify the expectation in a food processing plant. It's as well more simple machine. The second part, the packaging machine, is a highly sophisticated, high speed, requesting a lot of flexibility machine, and requires as well high expertise to maintain that. Here the collaboration between the producing plant and the supplier of the machine builder that has this expertise on the machine is key to guarantee the availability of this machine or fast resolution of the problem. So over the past 5 to 10 years, E1 has established a very strong market position in this packaging industry. It's our number one segment, and we have here a strong value for these machine builders, because installing this solution in the machine, they can instantly connect on request, connect on the machine wherever it is installed in the world, and then you have the expert that can diagnostic, that can troubleshoot this issue and resolve in the fastest way the machine, or even support in the adaptation when you need to change, when you need to recalibrate the machine. So here, strong usage in terms of increasing the availability of the machine. These last 2 years, we even have seen a shift, because with our strong position, we are in a lot of plants. The plant owners, the operational responsible have seen a strong value in this solution, that they are now standardizing this remote access solution to all of their suppliers. They want here to have a unique way, to have more efficiency for their maintenance team to interact with their different suppliers, a unique way, and as well a stronger cybersecurity with all this external connectivity.
Right. Tell us more about that, because cybersecurity is such a key topic nowadays, and especially as these plants are getting more and more connected. What are the things you need to consider when it comes to cybersecurity in food and beverage?
Yeah. In these standardization processes, very often IT teams are involved in the selection of the different components, and security is a key expectation from the IT teams. HMS has as well implemented cybersecurity in their own processes, in our own expectations. So, taking as an example, our E1 business unit has implemented cybersecurity in our processes, company information management development processes. We have certified these processes according to the well-known ISO 27001 security standard. We have implemented security in our Anybus processes. Here we are closer to the machine. We are complying to the ISO 62443 standard. We are implementing cybersecurity in our product, state-of-the-art security measures like security hardware chips, signed firmware, root of trust. So the state-of-the-art security expectation. Our target is, when we work with our customer, we want to assure them that they have a future-proof product that is as well having a high robustness about the cyber threat that you have today, but as well that you will have tomorrow.
Right. So, and it's not only about the cybersecurity of the communication products themselves, it's also the process of developing the products and the development process in the company. So, interesting indeed. The last thing I'd like to talk about is energy optimization, because that's on everybody's lips today, and of course in the food and beverage processing industry as well, because we have an energy crisis in Europe, and many companies are looking towards their energy bills. How can that be optimized by use of industrial communication?
Yeah, energy optimization starts by knowing what you're using, who is consuming what as energy. So I was speaking before about retrieving the data from the machine. Here we can support, but there is a whole lot of further equipment, refrigeration equipment as an example, which are more simple equipment where you do not have controllers, but you have a couple of energy meters here or there that you need to retrieve the information from. Very often these equipment are as well very simple with just a serial interface. Here, whatever the equipment you have, we have different solutions like our Anybus wireless solution, which helps in fact in a very flexible way, very cost-effective way to retrieve this information from different equipment. With our Intesis product line, we support building protocols like KNX, like BACnet, in order to retrieve information from the different equipment in the factory building, in office building next to that. And with our i4 Connect software, we have as well the possibility to collect this information, to consolidate, to create reports to give to operation managers a very good view on what is consumed, where, and to take here actionable, to take actions on the best optimization way to save here energy.
Right, so collecting information from all these processes that enables you to do these energy optimizations. And I think that's the key takeaway from today as well, that all these things you need to do, energy optimization, sustainability, increases in production, all this requires communications in some way. Thierry, thanks very much for talking to us.
Thank you, Thomas.